alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice.
Who's harassing who here? I don't know. Let's see what everybody else thinks.
Please leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Please.
Okay, so he's harassing her. Her screaming and yelling, leave me alone, is not harassment. Mr. Perry claims he's being harassed every time I scream, leave me alone, or he gets caught. Tonight he's typing in my phone, we just need you to, what, lie? Be complicit in your criminal activity? Listen, I said no. Everything after that is coercion, witness tampering, victim tampering, and, your little kidnapping. You know, I sold you to a Houston realtor, and I just need you to go so that, I can collect my money. So I'm going to starve you until you do it. In order to make a profit using your body without your consent, against your will, where I can make millions, I'm going to make it where you can't even eat. And I just need you to lie. My answer is no. You're not going to kidnap me. You're not going to hold me hostage and then make me be raped. You've misled people here in making them think there's a romance there, and you're full of shit. First of all, I don't feel anything for you but disgust, Mr. Perry. And you're full of shit. You don't starve someone if you... Yeah, well, our shrink's like, hey, I'm not seeing a man who is trying to attract women. What I'm seeing is a man who is attracted to deviant men. Because women don't like to be starved and peeped on and have some creepy guy butting into all their business and running off their friends and family and getting them fired and having coworkers harass them. So that's not what men do who want to attract women. It's what men do who want to attract deviant men. And he's surrounded by them. Surrounded by them. So, Mr. Perry, you always forget that we are getting the help with the information you're getting told on. It's been that way for 10 years. You're rejected, I rejected you. I don't like you. I don't do cruel guy, I don't do creepy guy, and I sure shit don't do canned food guy or alleged cop killer. Okay, this is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. It's October 23rd, 2023. Our guys are pissed. You'll pay for it all week. They're pissed. I will not help you with your crime. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to lie for you. You just need a lie. Okay, everyone's right now, the reason we get the help and you get told on is because I need to eat. I need to have a place to live. I need to have my bills paid. I needed my family. That's why I came here, to be with my family and get away from you. You told somebody who said, why are you doing this to her? I just need her to see that she needs me. Wow. Like the Jews need Hitler. Like I need a hole in my head. You're the cause of drama. You're the cause of stress. You're the cause of anxiety. You're the cause of loss. You're the cause of hardship. You're the cause of suffering. The results of that are, we're getting the help you're getting told on. Every day for 10 years. Nobody likes this, Charles. Nobody likes it. Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick of you. You have to read your results. We're getting intel like a motherfucker. They're going to use it against you in a court of law and bury you in it. I've said that. You're asking the wrong people if you're going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested. Locals can't speak to that. This is not Oklahoma law enforcement, Charles. And you know that. That doesn't mean some aren't helping them. But there's nothing official that they can tell you. Oh, do you know why? Because we're afraid they'll tell you. It's a need to know. The guys helping me do not want you to know who they are. If they did, they would have told you. You're breaking the law. You're offending people. You're getting told on. You're the source of stress. You're getting told on. You're not getting help. So when you cause me hardship and stuff, and cause people around me to be assholes to me or bully me, you know what happens? Is it turns people against you. It turns people sour. And you seem not to be able to recognize that. Just like this guy said, he's a disgust. This stalker is a disgust. Rape is a disgust. You're not wanted. You're told on. And stop telling people this is about romance. It's not. You don't beat down someone that you want a romance with, that you're trying to get to like you. Our shrink also said he's going around telling everybody that who will listen, I'm going to starve her until she lies. And Cynthia's saying, well, that's funny because I don't go out with canned food. I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. So I wouldn't be attracted to someone like you. So, but he's still saying, I'm going to starve her till she lies. Threatening her. Harassing her. So, he's after the lie. I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie. You have a lot of nerve to even ask. That usually gets us a lot more intel because it makes people mad that you have the nerve to ask after what you've done. That you have the nerve to ask for anything at all. But especially not a lie. And that I break the law for you. And that I become complicit in your criminal activity. Fuck you. I don't have to do that. You know what you have to do? Comply with the law. Show some respect and dignity, even for yourself. Because this guy is not going to be a dignitary, nor are you. This is not dignified conduct. It's illegal. It's disgusting. Recognize what's happening here. We name your people. We have your code words. We quote you guys every day, pretty much all day long. If I feel like typing it up or it's something I really need to type up. There's times where we hear you all day long and I just don't type it up. We heard the whole murder. You're trying to frame me for a murder. We heard y'all talking about it all damn day. All fucking day. You know why? When you invade my privacy, they're going to invade yours. They got a court order. You got a weirdo problem. Don't contact her. She asked you not to. And she's not to be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet and stop taking her money. My money went from $700 the first weekend. I was dancing again. And the second Charles finds out, it drops down to $5. And this week, $3. Notice we pay very close attention to what my money does based on what you are telling people you want. And what you, it's going to go with a recording. Those plug into a timeline. Yeah. So, you're going to pay for that all week. What you did to me this weekend, you're going to pay all week. With intel. And they're going to use the intel to bury you. Because you know what happens when I go broke? You piss people off. My bills aren't paid. You piss people off. My bills are late. Or there's fines or late fees. You piss people off. It's sick to do that to another person. And my money isn't your business, is it? No, it is not. I don't have to break the law for you. And I won't. I'm not going to lie for you. He's typing that in my phone. We just need you to fuck you. My answer's no. Stop tampering with me. Stop harassing me. Stop threatening me. Stop trying to coerce me. My answer has always been no, and that's not going to change. Okay? You know how everybody else sees this guy? He's doing the harassing. Why are you in Oklahoma, Charles? Why is it that you're in Oklahoma? And then somebody tonight was asking you to leave. Go home to your family. Well, I can't leave without her. Yeah, you're going to leave without me. That's how this is going to be. Please don't forget. We have your code words. We have your people's names. We quote you every day. It is not the other way around. And you guys act like you think it is. Do you know how many people have flipped on you and that have helped us? Because they're going, she's got a lot of power to be able to get that kind of information from his inner circle pretty every day, all day long, for a decade. Not just once, not just twice, not for a month or a day or a week or a year. 10 years. What's that going to look like in court, in your criminal trial? And you are going to be arrested. That's not up to the person you were asking at all. Which she pretty much said that. I don't have control over what other people do, and she does not. And it's not up to you, and it's not up to her. It's not up to your lawyer. You're gonna go to jail because you can't stop with the crime. Stalking is a felony. Hacking and cloning someone's phone, illegal access and use of an electronic device, a felony. Trafficking, like major felony, comes with a life sentence per count. Coercion's a crime. Witness tampering's a crime. Retaliating is a crime. And you look guilty, by the way, because if I wasn't right on the money, you wouldn't waste your time demanding a lie. She goes, our shrink is like, it's not about a date. He's not trying to get her to get her to like him, because she just said about 1,000 times, I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. This is not my cup of tea. I'm not attracted to that. And Perry's running around going, I'm going to starve her till she lies. So he's after the lie. That's all he wants. That's all he thinks about. He wants the lie. He has to deliver her to get money. He wants to use her body against her will, without her consent, to be raped every day by a man she doesn't know or like, for profit. In trying to do that, he's extorting my money from my job, my legitimate legal job that started out 3 weeks ago when I went back only because I had to. Remember, they've cut off every other. I've applied for work at Walgreens, Target, Quick Trip. I had a waitressing job, and the second I got there, here they come. Vultures. Here Charles comes with his vultures. And I had to quit. You guys had a meeting. We're going to get her at this waitressing job, make her run her ass off and tell people don't tip her. Make sure she doesn't make any money. Do you know how many times we hear you guys say that? We hear Calvin say it a lot. Make sure she don't make no money. Make sure Calvin, you're going to go to jail too. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck. We don't care. We're not, these guys aren't in Oklahoma. They don't give a shit. And it's not up to people in Oklahoma. I'm a witness on another case, guys. But I happen to live in Oklahoma, where I came to be with my family and get away from Charles Perry. And the rest of you, I don't even know you. Why are you picking a fight with someone who hasn't done anything to you and doesn't know you? Okay? So sometimes you have to pay for shit like that. You're paying for it already in ways you've never had to before. Please remember what the results are. We're getting the help with information you're getting told on. He said, we got people going, my God, these guys have a lot of power, the guys that are behind Cynthia, to be able to get that kind of information from them to her. And they act like nothing's happening, while they run around and ask, how'd she find out about that? How'd she know about that? And so we know it beforehand, not after. And so what's going to happen is, I'm watching these little old farts that all act like they're so senile. They can't see the writing on the wall, headed right down a rabbit hole, and I will not be going with them. They want to go down the rabbit hole, they can go without me. I'm going to help the power, not the pathetics that run around going, how'd she find out about that? Here's the thing, though. She found out. Dumb. But look at this. She found out. She does every day. You're headed down a rabbit hole because you want to know how she finds out and how she knows while you act like nothing's happening. Wow. Okay, well, I'm done with you. So he goes, we've had some people flip for that. Oh, that alone right there. Guess what? Everybody else sees you as harassing me because I didn't invite you to Oklahoma. I never introduced you to my family. I would have never taken you around my family. You know who I did take around my family? Saeed. My ex-husband was around them briefly. When I went to get my stuff in Manford, my cousin, I introduced my ex-husband to my cousin, as best I know. My son might have before that, I don't know, but either way, that was our decision, not yours. Now, if they met in one of your little group meetings, where y'all, I'm not, that was done against my will. Because I didn't introduce you to my family. And everybody's running around going, how does he even know her family? Why is he talking to her family at all? He got them to testify against her in a grand jury? You know how we find out this stuff? Because this is how everybody sees you. I came here to not have a conflict, to not have a fuss and a fight. You wouldn't have needed a cover-up had you left me the fuck alone. The second I left Lubbock, only a few people knew, except that you were running around telling everybody that we were having an affair, and there was no affair. So if then I get asked about it, there's no affair. He's a Looney Tune. So everybody's like, why is he doing that? He's married. I wasn't married. I could date whoever the fuck I wanted. I was divorced. Recently divorced. So, why would a married man who got elected on family values and says he's a Baptist church deacon and run around telling people he's having an affair? And then I got to go. I mean, did you see Bill do that? Bill Clinton? No, he didn't. You saw Monica do it. So why were you telling people there was an affair? There was no affair. Whack job. The stuff in your head that's not in mine. It's just not. I don't have any feelings for you, but you make me sick at my stomach.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If he said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone! This make you feel? Huh? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
Is that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches?
You want?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want.
How does it feel for someone to take pictures of you, and he completely doesn't get it? Oh, you want me to get the pictures of you, and you want me to? Oh my God! You didn't understand a word she said, did you? What do you like someone taking pictures? She's trying to make a point. You're taking pictures of me, and I'm uncomfortable with that, and I'd like you to stop it. Do you like that? You want me to get the pictures of you? Oh my God! And by the way, stay the fuck away from my family. Stalkers often stalk family or use family to stalk, or both. So clearly, I mean, that's common. If you're in law enforcement, you got to keep up with us. We're not slowing down for you. And let me tell you something. I do not like finger paint cops. I grew up in 4 generations of cops, so I'm not going to tell you shit. I'm not going to explain shit to you if you're a cop and you're listening. You figure it out. You got to keep up with us. We're not slowing down for you.
I'm gonna leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give
get
a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is that
the
a
whole
threat?
fucking army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make
Oh,
you
is that the
feel?
one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give
get
a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're gonna
I don't give
find
a
out.
fuck.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're.
That's okay. I don't care. You
Leave
can
me
tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care. You
Leave
can
me
tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Alright, so other people are normal people don't want to hurt other people. They want to relieve it. Watch the news. You see Hurricane Katrina, you see 9/11, you see shootings, mass shootings, Las Vegas, Tulsa, even at St. Francis. And what does everybody say? Normal people. Because you got your little weirdo club and y'all all agree, and we get that. We get it. You've made your point. But outside of that is everybody else who's normal and can't fathom what the fuck is wrong with someone that acts like you. Please do remember, we get the help with the information you get told on. Those are your results and those are our results after 10 years. The results we produce is information coming from your inner circle nobody else has. I'm going to name your people again. We got Lucius. We got Calvin, who's bald and fat. We got Geppetto the Witch. We got Sanjay the Hacker. We got Beverly. Does Beverly work for Kunstwheeler, or who the fuck is Beverly? She was all worried about my shoes. Had she just worn the same shoes, this would have been over with. Wow, how do you know what shoes I have? I don't even know who the fuck you are. I got all these people butting into my business down to my shoes. And I don't know who they are. I've not met any of those people I just named that I know of. We got Bittencourt. We got Andrew and Lawrence. We got James and Ruben. We've got Greg, Tim, and Larry. We got Oscar and Bruce. We got a Monique. Who's Monique and where's she today? Okay, when you bother me, when you invade my privacy, when you take my money, when you butt into shit that's not your concern, and when you cause a problem for me, you tell us. I mean, we've been telling you for years. Now you tell us. What happens when you do that? We get a lot of intel. They're going to use the intel to put you in jail. and bury you in it. You've run around shitting criminal excrement everywhere. And it's sickening to everybody else. All normal people are sickened by what you folks do. Can't even understand who the fuck thinks like that. Our minds don't go there. Listen to me. Our minds do not go there at all. So it's very difficult to understand why in the fuck anyone would do what you're doing. All day, every day. There's a very big question, Mr. Perry. Maybe it was one of the grand jurors who asked the question. Please remember, when people are listening to everyone talk in your proceedings where I'm not there, I'm not there to defend myself. I'm not there. Okay? So, by the way, the judge, because of all the perjury, I heard my cousin changed his story 3 times. 3 times. Because of all the perjury, and the suborning of perjury, and the threats that you make to people who won't say what you want them to say. Just say this and just say that. Like, if you use the word just in front of it, it's not a lie. You know what when you're talking, you're just talking, right? And if you're trying to tell somebody, well, we need to spin this, so just say it. Like, brother. Okay, so then it's not true. If they have to say, just say. Can we just get Frank Morrison to lie and say Cynthia misunderstood him? Like he would know what I understood. I'm the only one that says what I understand. No one else. Just me. So maybe it was one of the grand juries, but you got to remember, when people are hearing all this with a normal brain and going, wow, my mind doesn't go there. I can't even begin to understand why anyone would fucking do that to another human being. At all, much less for 10 years. All day long, every day. Or a family member. I mean, gosh, I have a family. And I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm thinking, what would I do if that was me? What if my family did that to me? Well, our family wouldn't do that. Our family would work together to resolve the problem and eliminate this threat. And that would start by, we don't talk to the guy. None of us. We don't have a behind our back bullshit meeting all the time. What a betrayal. My family welcomed a man who's brutalizing my life into their homes, into their hearts, into their lives, and shoved me right out. And people are having a hard time with that. Why in the hell would anyone do that? Why in the fuck would... Okay, do you have your little crowd of weirdo where your minds go where everyone else's does not go. We are getting the help, not you. So people are looking at this. Look at the power she's got behind her. They can get that inside information that she's not supposed to know anything about a grand jury or what her cousin testified to in front of that grand jury. I've also quoted both of my kids and Jason Moore, haven't I? There's more that I know, but we don't put all of it out. There's a reason if something goes out, we're trying to build a criminal case against you. You're going to jail. You're breaking the law. You're hurting people. You know what the law's for? To prevent people from getting hurt. You know what law enforcement's for? Enforcing those laws, not harassing a victim or a witness in a domestic violence case. Or giving the police report right to the offender. Who is it that I quoted this weekend? He goes, that's a big no-no. That's a big, huge no-no. Are those same police now trying to frame me for a murder? We've talked about this murder for years. Every witness, we have the same things you guys have. Every witness said, Cynthia's too small and quiet, and that girl's obnoxious and big. She's a big girl. Skin's darker than Cynthia's. Hair's a different color blonde. Her hair's a little more yellow blonde. Cynthia's a little more white blonde. And if you change that after the date of the murder, you're tampering with evidence. You're altering evidence. One of you guys called a professor of mine and told him that. And he said, if evidence is having to be altered, You've eliminated Cindy. She didn't do it. I've not been to the location of this crime. I've not been there ever in my life. And you know that. I'm getting, you want to take articles of clothing from me at the club. First, we're going to force her back to the club by making where she can't get a job anywhere else. Right, David? Isn't that your project? Okay, people are horrified by you, David. Horrified. Please remember, we're getting the help with information. You're getting told on. That includes you, David. Okay, so I just named your people. Do you want me to do it again? Lucius, Calvin, who's bald and fat, Sonjay, your hacker, Geppetto, your witch, Betancourt, Andrew, James, Lawrence, Ruben, Richard, Dickey, Greg, Tim, Larry, Oscar, Bruce, Monique. We get the help you're getting told on. Those are the results of what you're doing and the results of what we're doing. People are sick and tired of the stress. People are sick and tired of being horrified by a bunch of old farts who are in, pathetics. Sick of it, watching me be broke. Sick of your harassment, sick of your threats, sick of the anxiety that you cause. If you hook somebody up to a machine, like similar to a lie detector test, that measures increased heart rate, signs of stress, increased heart rate, changes in the breathing, and you set that you hook something up like that to a person, you put them in front of a situation where they're watching one person beat down another or cause stress for another person, in hardships, that's going to cause that person to react. If they have a normal mind, they're going to be disturbed. If they're a sociopath, they won't give a fuck. If they're sadists, they'll get a kick out of it. They get some sort of weird thrill. See, most of us are not like that. Our minds don't go where yours go. It doesn't even occur to us to do the things you do. But we're horrified by it. So the results of that are, we're getting the help, you're getting told on. You know why? Everybody wants you to stop. They just want you to stop. Stop causing problems. Stop ruining people's lives. Stop demanding a lie. You're not going to get a lie, Charles. I said no. My answer is always going to be no. It's been no for 10 years. It's not going to change. When you had me false arrested and I was in jail, one of the guards, one of the officers, the deputies, after I met with my attorney, I came out and she said, "Are you going to finally get to go home?" And I looked at her and I said, I was trying to figure out I'm like, this is a deputy here I'm talking to, and I don't know who's corrupt and who's not right now. So I got to be real careful how I word this. And so I didn't finish the sentence. I said, they want me to, she goes, lie. She finished my sentence for me. I looked at her and said, yes, and I won't, so it could be a while. And she put her hands on the desk and her head down and shook it. She goes, oh my God, I am so sorry. People are horrified by you. Our minds do not go where yours are. They don't go there. We disgusted by people like you. Disgusted. Just like he said, you're garbage and you're a disgust. And everybody would like for you to stop. And so the results of your actions are you get told on. You know why? People want you to stop. We're getting the help with the information because the guys that help me are like, we're going to make them stop. We're getting as much evidence and intel as we can to make them stop. That's why we're doing this. It's not for nothing. I don't care what their delusion land tells them. Let them go down the rabbit hole. We don't care. You got people bailing on you. These guys are old. They're stupid. They're delusional. They're all running around every day trying to do some horrible thing to her. Then they get caught. Then they run around trying to figure out how she found out. Thing is, she's finding out. That's the main point right now, right there, that these old fart seniles can't get. She's finding out. Period. She's finding out. She's got some power behind her, or she wouldn't be. She's not in the room with them. You made me broke. I don't have the money to go buy a bunch of equipment and pay somebody to install it, do I? Or here's a little bug thingy. Here's here's a court order and a bug thingy. Go put it down at this place XYZ where they're all having a meeting to figure out how to ruin me. How many guys try to figure out how to make me fail? How many men sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail? Have her coworkers bully her. Have her coworkers just inundate her with, get her lighter. You want my lighter? We get it. I've had a bunch of them. We just go, they're gone. You got them. You got the lighter from my work. My income, by the way, went from $700 the first week to $500 the next week to $300 this week. So you're going to pay. They're going to make you pay. Because what that does is piss everybody off. And then when we quote you, it's because you pissed everybody off. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's not, nope, not going to work. Not going to work. So you pay for that's hideous to do that to her. We're sick of him making her broke. Sick of it. We're tired of the bitch making her broke. What kind of bitch asshole does that? Our minds don't go there. Most people watch the news. You see suffering. You see people start responding to that suffering by bringing help. And they get very angry at the person who caused the suffering. That's normal. We get that y'all are not normal and you can't understand normal. Normal can't understand you. Our minds don't go to no, normal people don't want to hurt other people. We can't understand why you do. We're getting the help. You're getting to hold on. That's the results. That's the results right there of what you do and what we do. What we're offering and what you're offering. You're offering stress and loss and sadness and guilt and grieving. Our guys are offering, we're going to put a stop to that. It'll be gone. You won't have to deal with it anymore. It's just that simple.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
See, people get stressed watching him do that to her. It's wrong for him to do that to her. And I guess one of the OHP guys you wanted to pull me over said, "What? Here's the thing about, I don't really want to pull her over. I'm sorry, I'm just not really wanting to do that." Listen, this guy, if he was in a bar doing this to her, the bouncers would throw him out. So why are we putting up with it? We're cops. Why are we putting up with this? That's a good question. And I commend that officer for asking that question. Why aren't more people asking that question, Governor? Mr. Perry, when you contact me, I don't care what you think. Nobody understands why you fucking can't get that through your head. Nobody asked you, Connie. And I'm never going to help you. And the more you continue to hound me with questions that are appropriate for your attorney, who you pay $500 an hour, I made $500 all week. You think I'm going to help you? Because see, when you're gone, I won't be broke anymore, and I won't be stressed out anymore. Nobody will. Troublemaker's gone. I will never help you. I will never help you. Do not contact me again. The more you invade my privacy, the more you contact me and my family. The more I'm broke, the longer Michael Neely is in jail, the more we get as far as intel goes, because people are sick of it. They're sick of you. We get the help, you get told on. Results right there. Can you not read your results? People don't like this shit you do. They don't like it, David. Everybody's sick of you too, David.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, Unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That, David, is how everybody else thinks outside your little weirdo club of the people I just named. Now, there might be some people in that are leaks. I'm not told that. I'm not told what they get information as far as information. I'm not told what comes from leaks and what comes from some sort of wiretap order or something. I'm not told that. So, Charles, when you ask me about a leak, we're baffled that you continue to do that for two reasons. One, everybody hates you and wants you gone. Everybody hates you and wants you gone. You got a lot of nerve to ask for help after what you've done. So why, the more you ask, the more we get, because you really get people irate. People rant when they're irate. Okay, so back to the grand jury. Any other victim, name one other victim of trafficking that you have that found out they were trafficked before you could deliver, and who to. His name is Larry. He's a realtor in Houston, right? Okay, so who's helping me that can get that kind of information from you to me? I don't have the money to pay for bugs and somebody to put them somewhere. I don't have it. I don't have the means or the opportunity for that kind of surveillance. So who does? See, nobody, you don't get to know that. What you can do is comply with the law like everybody else. Keep up with the rest of society, because right now you're just inept and stupid. Sergeant Harper, Marcus Harper says to me, I'm like talking to him about the murder solve rate of first 48, and he's like, well, it's not that hard. Guy A threatens guy B. Guy B ends up dead. It's likely guy A. It's not that hard. I would agree with him. So I don't think solving murder is that hard either. Some are harder than others, but my grandpa, my great-granddad, told my granddad, who then told my dad, who then told me, every criminal leaves behind something at the scene of a crime and takes something with them. Everybody does. Calvin, is that why you wanted me to go to my storage unit? You planted something in my storage unit? Something that you were going to use to say, oh, see, she took something from the scene? Or were you going to plant a murder weapon there? What were you going to do? You were chomping at the bit for me to get to my storage unit, and I never would go. Now, I didn't even know where it was, actually. My ex-husband went and got it and put everything in it and handed me some papers and a key. I threw that in a drawer, and then you took it. So I actually didn't get to go because you took my shit. I didn't even know where it was. Never needed to go. But you were, kind of like getting me back. We need her back on the pole and on a schedule. So we heard any other victim know that you have a fraudulent grand jury convened and people testifying, and quote those people when they're not even in the room? Probably not. So do you think people aren't recognizing that I have some power behind me that is after your ass because you're criminals? Anyway, so Sergeant Harper says to me, it's not that hard to, it's like criminals are stupid or they wouldn't be criminals. I mean, he's not wrong. I think the majority of people who aren't criminals think that. So I didn't do this murder, or you wouldn't be wanting me to go to my storage unit to put something in it or get something out of it, right? Getting my lighters from my work. Where are you going to plant those? You were getting my cigarettes. That's on the docket in the state case. And I'm texting the waitress back then. This was in like 2016 or 17 or 18. A long time ago. I think before COVID. Y'all were getting my cigarette butts. And my guys were like laughing at you. They got bags and bags and bags of your cigarette butts. Here's the funny thing. They want to plant it at a murder scene. Here's the funny thing. Is that all they need is a couple. And had they just taken a couple of them, we wouldn't have maybe even noticed. But they got bags and bags. I mean, they just bags of them. So then that caught our attention, right? So I'm texting the waitress, what the hell's going on with the collection of my cigarettes? Huh? Let Charles, this guy's get him. Let's just see what he's gonna do with them. We're noting for the record that he's got his guys in there getting my cigarette butts out of my work. Wow. What do you need that for, Mr. Perry? See, if you were busy in Lubbock talking to your constituents and campaigning, you wouldn't need a cover-up, would you? No. You'd be back with your family. You'd be hanging out with them. People would see you out and about with your family. And you wouldn't have to lie about why you're in Oklahoma all the time, chasing a woman that doesn't like you. So I guess what he did, in this talk about bizarre, is he sold me to this Larry guy, and they've agreed to share me. And they've creeped somebody out talking about me. Like, the guy was like, dude, if you listen to these two talk about Cindy, he's like, dude, it's creepy as fuck. Like they're talking about her like they're in a relationship with her. So if you're just walking by, you'd think they're talking about their wife or their girlfriend, and that it's two different women, but with maybe similar attributes. They're both talking about Cindy, and they don't have a relationship with her. They watch her in her house. They're voyeurs. They're peeping toms. That's illegal to do that. It's nasty. It is nasty to do that. It's rape. It's fucking rape. Mr. Perry types out in my phone every day. I can see you. I'm watching you. Yep, that's why you're told on and rejected. Right there. That's one right there. If there were nothing else, there's that. That's enough. What kind of sicko does that? He acts like it's a trophy or something. Like I'm supposed to go, oh yay, I'm being peeper raped every day. Like what a fucking wow. Okay, so alright, so we get this long thing here. I mean, oh, my coworker. She's like asking me 20 questions about where I live and my car, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I looked at her and I go, I still have a bad stalker problem with like mafia fucking, like a whole fucking mafia stalking me, trying to kidnap me and shit. I don't tell anybody where I live or what I drive or what I can tell you is where I live is not my home, and what I drive is not my car. That's all I'm gonna tell you. The rest is just not your business. And here's why. I'm not trying to be mean to you. What happens is they'll go to everybody I know. And if you give them the wrong information, or they'll threaten you. So it's better if you can just say you don't know, don't you think? And I said that they're gonna, if they haven't already come to you, they will. She didn't say no, they haven't. I kept waiting for her to deny that you've talked to her, and she never did. I asked her two, 3 times. She never denied that you've talked to her. And she may have been asking me that for you tonight. So the thing is, when your own family betrays you, if you can't trust your family, who can you trust? No one. I don't tell anybody stuff like that. Because if you got to my family, you don't have any problem at all getting to my coworkers. My income I'm looking at my income. Yep, they're here. My income went from 700 to 500 to 3. 700 the first week, 500 the next week, 300. And Perry was right. She's not paying taxes. And everybody's like, she's not making any money. Dum. I'm just now going back to work, and I don't want to dance. Everyone knows that. I've told everybody I'm done dancing. The only reason I'm dancing is because I like to eat. And I'd gone 4 days with no food trying to DoorDash. And you hacked my DoorDash app. And you jammed it up so I couldn't get any orders in. And now I can't pay my bills. Well, I can't pay my bills and I can't eat. So now I got to go dance. Now you're getting into that too. And everybody hates you for it. So we got intel out of that. Okay? You know what? We got that. My $300 week, I bought us this right here. It's almost like you're buying us intel every time you steal my money. And cause a problem for me. You fucked with my school. I'm done with University of Phoenix. Done with them. I do not want that name on my diploma. So I get a call. They want to know, why are you going to withdraw from the school? because I don't want your name on my diploma. You know what you taught me? Is if somebody's in crisis, fuck them over. Make it worse. Traumatize them more. Violate their right to privacy by talking to the person who's trying to traffic them. You know, and cause a loss of the student loan money. I don't have income. I live off of student loan money. Or, you know, before, you know, my ex-husband would loan me money, I shouldn't have to even ask him, should I? Didn't my guys tell you a long time ago, 2020, March, she's not to be broken, have to ask for help. And if she does, you're going to pay for that with intel. And we're going to use the intel to put you in jail so she's not broke ever again. That's what cops do, right? They fuck up crime. They'll kick the ass of the criminal, right? And you're seeing things you've never seen before. And you're running around asking, how did she find out about that? You know how many times we ask that? Never. You know how many times we ask who leaks are? Never. In 10 years. Not once. Charles, I'm not told who your leaks are. Charles, I don't know who your leaks are. I don't even know what they get from leak or wiretap order. I'm not... How many fucking times do I have to repeat myself for you? How many times... He just did it again. Yep. Fucking type it in my other phone. What did I just say? I just said it. Every time you contact me, every day you invade my privacy, every day I'm broke, we get more intel. You have to want that. There's no way you don't. Nobody does the same thing for that long if they're not getting exactly what they want. Yeah, okay. So, we got this, this right here. I'm sorry, not this. It looks like that one got up there twice. Right here. Okay? My $300 week this week got you that. The bullying and the taking of my lighters and the get her on the stage. So our guys said they want you on the stage. Don't get on the stage right now. I know you have an injury, so you're not up there anyway. But even if it's feeling better, stay the fuck off that stage right now. What they're trying to do is get you distracted with people up at the front, tipping you, because they know you leave your purse all the way in the back of the stage. They can have somebody here and get your driver's license. That's what they're after, your driver's license right now. They want your driver's license very badly. Because once you lose your driver's license, you're a hell of a lot easier to traffic your driver's license in your car. They're after it right now because they want to traffic you. They want to use your body against your will without your consent for profit. Okay, I made $300 in a week. You're shitting us with this, right? Canned food guy. You can't figure out why they call you canned food guys? Uh-huh. Not good enough for me. So there's that. We got all that. Who is this, Beverly? Is she calling, Mr. Perry, please leave Cynthia alone. Please just leave her alone. I need you to leave her alone. Oh, we were in love. And she's like, yeah, I don't think you were. I think you thought something in your mind that just doesn't appear to be in hers. And let's just say it was. So it was over a long time ago for her. She moved on. And you need to do this. You need to act like a grown-ass man and get some dignity and move the fuck on too. Go home to your family. Here's the thing. Everybody's we'll talk about Jacqueline Perry and people are like, who is that? That's his wife in Lubbock, his actual wife, his real wife. I haven't seen Mr. Perry since 2013. Since 2013, I walked out of his office, and that's the last time I saw him. I don't want to see him. I don't want a conversation, Charles. I don't want to talk. This is all I have to say right here in these podcasts. And you know why we decided to do that, to record them? Because we got tired of repeating ourselves for you, sir. So you got other people looking at you. You act like other people can't think. Actually, they can. Better than you can. To recognize that these people are doing things that are unimaginable. My brain doesn't even go there. It's scary that anyone's would. That's all that's wrong with society right there. People like that. And, any other victim know there's a grand jury, something? And my cousin had told 3 different stories. And the last one, my shrink calls me. My shrink is like, it's not my shrink. It's the guys that help the police. They have hired her. And we talk. I would have a hell of a time, harder of a time with this if she was not there for me. And my faith in God is very strong. I don't know how anybody makes it without faith in God. I really don't. Through the way the world is today, and the more and more people like you guys allowed to just go around and ruin everything fun and crash people's lives. I mean, this is not small. You didn't stomp my toe. You didn't stomp on my toe. You ruined my life. So you took my whole family, and then you think I'm going to trust anybody after you did that? If you can't trust your family, who can you trust? Nobody. And then you send my coworker in. Where do you live? What car are you driving? Just like that. I'm like, oh my God, here it goes again. Here we go again with that. Well, I know he's in here because my weekly income this week was $300. So that's canned food. That's Charles Perry right there. These guys are gonna contact you and have you ask me questions like that. I never denied it, not once. I repeat myself sometimes to make sure we get the same answer all 3-4 times I ask it, and it was the same answer, not a denial. I remember I'm very good at sting hopping, and that's one method, is to repeat the same thing. You might reword it a little different each time you repeat it, but you repeat it. Sometimes I don't have to reword it. Sometimes I just say it 3 times. Just like I said it the first time, I'll say it again. I want to see, are you going to answer the same way this time? I'm going to ask it again. Are you going to answer the same way this time? I'm going to ask it again. Are you going to answer the same way this time? I do that on purpose. It's a technique. And if there's any changes, I want to know why'd you change it. So, but for me to get the same answer from her twice, not a denial. Yeah, kind of like Officer, what's his name, who pulls me over. Tell me again. You open the door. I'm just walking through it. Mr. Perry, nobody's going to tell you anything. You're fucked. You know why? Because your cruelty is hideous. He actually just typed in my other phone, tell me who it is. Again, you know what gets us the most intel is when you do that. After what you've done, you have a lot of nerve. And we know that your brain is all fucked up, and you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. But guess what? Outside of your weirdo and your mental problems, your Huntington's disease and stuff, is everybody else. And our minds do not go where yours goes. It doesn't go there. We can't understand what is wrong with you that you would do what you do. Why are you typing in my phone right now? Still trying to communicate with me. This person just said, stop trying to communicate with her. I need you to stop trying to communicate with her. Her family doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Please leave them alone. She doesn't call them. She's not bothering her family. You are. You are. I've not talked to my family in 4 years. 4. I've talked to them twice. Okay, here's the sum total of how I've talked to my family. It was only one person. It was my cousin's wife. Not even my family. Well, I'm sorry, that's not right. She is family, but family by marriage. I mean, by blood, she's not family. She is family, but she's family by marriage. And she's texting me in 2020, are you coming for Christmas? And I'm texting her, I can't make it. I don't have the gas to get there. Oh, okay, some other time. Never once did she pick up the phone and say, why is it you don't have $5 to get to Manford for Christmas? What is happening? What's going on? Didn't check on me, didn't care. And Mr. Perry's contacted me again. Is it your family leaking? What did I just say? I'm not told who the leaks are. And fuck you for asking. Then he thinks this is a conversation. Keep in mind he's not supposed to know what I'm even doing right now, and he only could through voyeurism and hacking. We record these so I don't have to repeat myself, sir. What did I say about leaks? Wow, you're some kind of stupid. You're a special kind of stupid. Okay, so then I don't know, in August 20, last year, August, when you had me kicked out of Sky Motel. It wasn't even, there was no behind payments or anything. But that's what you told him to do, because that was the first trafficking deadline, right? In August 2nd. Then you had another one at Christmas. Then you had another one at January 19th, 18th, right in there somewhere. And then you had another one in June 2023, and now you got another one now. Right? Do we have the dates right? Okay. Any other victim have that kind of information? What's it mean that I do? You're told on. What's that mean to you? I mean, you got people bailing on you because they're like, well, these guys are going down a rabbit hole and I'm not going with them. Bunch of senile dementia nut jobs running around. How'd she find out? Here's the thing. She found out. Period. Do you not know what that means? What the fuck do you think that means? We think they're just old and senile and they don't even know what that means. Okay, so she's like, I need you to leave her alone. Well, I can't leave without her. Listen, there's just nothing there. There's nothing there for her. You might have a relationship with her in your head. She does not have one with you in her head. That's true. I don't. I walked out of your office in 2013 and I can't stand you. I can't even stand to hear your name. And I'm not going to help you. And I said no. My answer's no. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to be complicit in your crime. I'm not, fuck you. You get anywhere near me, there's not going to be a conversation, Charles. I'll beat the hell out of you. I'm not going to wait to see if you have a chloroform rag or a syringe to kill me, or you try to kidnap me. I will beat the ever-living fuck out of you. You don't get it. I will beat I don't go where you are. If you come near me, I will not have a conversation with you with my mouth. It will be with my foot, going right up your balls to kick them into your brain. Under no uncertain terms will you and I have a talk. The only other way I would have a talk with you is if you've been Mirandized and you've waived your right to counsel and you want to explain to me why you killed Chief Miller, and I'll sit there and listen to your explanation. There's no other way. It will be at a police department. You'll waive your right to counsel, and you can explain to me why the fuck you did that. Okay? Other than that, and talk to me about the Houston compound and those women there and Natalie Holloway and all that. Why were you guys talking about Natalie Holloway? Why were you talking about her? You can explain all that to me in that setting only. But if you get near me, there will not be a conversation with my mouth. It will be with my foot. And I'm not shitting you. I'm not going to wait to see if you have a weapon. I'm not going to be kidnapped. I'll beat the fuck out of you. I will beat the fuck out of you if you get anywhere near me. Is everybody clear on that? Nobody's going to get hurt unless Mr. Perry comes near me. If he comes near me, he's going to get hurt. I'll hurt him. I will beat him to a pulp. I'm not going to wait to see if he does it to me first. Everybody clear on that? TPD? I'm going to defend myself, and it will be vigorously defend my... I think these people have not met me. I don't know. So she's basically saying, just comply with the law. It's not hard. We all do it. Why can't you? I mean, why can't you just leave her alone? She's not interested in you. Leave her alone. I moved 2 times to get away from this bitch. He's that pathetic. Everyone wants to know, Charles, why are you in Oklahoma? At all. And why have you talked to my family at all, ever? I didn't introduce you to them. You know what that means? I didn't want you around my family. That's what that means. Yeah, I'm not following these guys down that rabbit hole they're going down. It's delusionals, act like nothing's happening. Then run around now. How'd she find out? How'd she know? Calvin said, just don't let her make no money. Wanted me to go to my storage unit. How did I know? Seniles. Do you know what that means that I know? Okay, so then when they did that thing at Sky Motel, I posted something on my personal Facebook page, and the question was, why didn't you ask her then? You saw it. You're on her Facebook. Why didn't you ask her? What happened that you've lost everything you have? What is going on? What can we do? We're your family. Nobody contacted her or checked on her at all. Yeah. Would you want to talk to your family after they did that to you? No. That's a pretty big betrayal. To have welcomed someone who caused that loss, that kind of loss, into their homes and into their lives and shoved me out. And they weren't there for me. And then I spent Christmas in my car by myself. The guys helping me kept my spirits up. It was a fun day because they were there. But I didn't have my family. I was in my car all day in a Walmart parking lot. I wasn't in front of the fireplace at families eating turkey. I didn't eat. I didn't eat at all. If I did, I don't remember. It was so little. I think maybe I grabbed a taco or something. Because you made sure I had no money. That was trafficking day, right? Girls are easier to traffic if they've got nothing left. So, I've told everybody who will listen, he's trafficked me, he sold me to this guy Larry. And now everything after that is coercion, kidnapping, hostage, rape. We get the information, you get told on. You act like you think it's the other way around. We get the help with the information, sir. You get told on. Mr. Perry, listen to what I just said. Listen, I fucking am sick of your retard problem. I'm done with it. I don't have any patience for that. Contact your attorney with your questions and don't bother me. Again, ever. Don't bother me ever again. Don't bother me ever again.
And this is the whole reason why us women in today's society.
You stalked me, that's what I mean. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Please.
You leave me the fuck alone. Do not ask me about leaks again. I don't even know. And when you're gone, I won't be broke anymore. And you won't be able to hack my phone and type shit in it. Get the fuck out of my phone. Do not contact me again. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering everybody. Control yourself.
Talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what...
Okay, like, I don't know, 20 different names he's typing in my phone as I'm doing this podcast. Is it your family? Is it the governor? Is it your coworkers? I'm not told who your leaks are, but we are getting the information from your inner circle. You're not getting the information from ours. I can't keep repeating myself for you. Go to your attorney with this shit. Get out. Stop bothering me with your questions. Stop. Every time you have the nerve to ask me for help, me of all people. Oh my God, everybody goes ape shit. We got all kinds of intel out of that. Do you like that? Do you just like getting caught? Do you like getting told on? Everybody hates you. Why can't you get that? How disgusting you are.
Rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes.
All right, listen to this. Mr. Perry, I'm sick of watching Mr. Perry terrorize Cynthia and ruin her life. He doesn't want her to know that he's got Huntington's disease, which causes paranoia, delusion, hallucination, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. He's officially diagnosed psychotic. So make sure she finds out. Okay, what does that mean, David? I mean, you like running down the rabbit hole and everybody's scratching their head going, what's wrong with that guy? These people are caught. So bad caught. Red-handed caught. Trafficking a person. And coercing and harassing and threatening. And retaliating. And so they all act like nothing's happening while they run around and go, how did she find out? Her side's not asking about that question or asking about leaks. So it looks like her side has a lot of power, and these guys are running down a rabbit hole, and I will not go with them. So I'll flip. Like that. We get information. You get told on, and that's the 10-year results of what you do and what we're doing. People want you to stop it. If you ask me one more fucking time about a leak, Charles, every time you contact me, we get more intel. Because everybody's sick of you doing that. You got a lot of nerve.
Minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Jeff got been raping me.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2.
Alright, you know what I need? My privacy. My money that I earned. That you took. I need my family, and you're gone. We need a freedom to have a life with no threats. No stress, all of that normal stuff normal people have. I mean, life has stress. This is a whole different kind of stress. Listen, you're not a family member or a friend. You're a villain who has blown my life up. You've blown a lot of people's lives up in Oklahoma, and you don't have that right. You don't have the right to commit crime against someone and get away with it. And I told you in 2016, you've done this all your lives. Not this. You got away with it, but not this time. Watch. And since that day, we've quoted you guys every fucking day. We got your code words. Who's the Muffin Man? Who is that? That's a nickname. Papa John's means to make delivery of a trafficking victim to the buyer. It is illegal to sell a person. In fact, you get a life sentence with that per count. Per count, Charles. Life sentence, and you're caught. And here's the thing. Is some guy got pretty upset when your guy's telling him, we just need her to lie so he can run for governor. And he got interrupted. And whoever was talking to him was pretty adamant. No, he's not going to be governor. Well, why not? Well, okay. Let's go over the basic obvious. He's caught. First of all, what kind of insane goes to a state where you don't live and starves a woman? She hadn't eaten for 4 days. Who the fuck does that? You don't do that. Second of all, he's caught trafficking her. Caught. And he acts like he has no idea. Third of all, you stop when you're caught. Not that you would do this anyway. Fourth, why would you do this anyway? Where he should be is in Texas passing laws, talking to his constituents and running a campaign. Not up here, starving her. And getting caught trying to traffic her and kidnap her. So, if he can't put all that together in his head like a big boy, he can't run for governor. He can't even run his own life. Why is he here? Why the fuck is he in Oklahoma? I moved two times. 2 times started my life all over again with a kid. See, I'm a single parent. Twice started my life all over again. To get away from you, I came home to my family. Now, if you're being harassed in a state where you don't live and weren't invited, get your ass home to your family. And, stop your bullshit. You think people are dumb. They're not. You're dumb. And listen, if you were a family member with Alzheimer's, I'd be a whole lot, more patient with, the mental, I can't understand what the hell you just said. When you tell me you're not told who the leaks are over and over and over and over and over. And why would I help you? There's no fucking way I would help you. For you to ask me, of all people, for my help, it makes people irate at you. That you have the nerve after what you've done. We get a lot of intel out of that. I don't type it all up. I type up actually very little. Just the important stuff that we need to document. When I give an email to you that says, here's what our police recording said, I'm typing up what I heard in a police recording. Police record a lot of things. Some of it's true, some of it's not. Some of it's good intel, some of it's bad intel. You keep proving the intel right. The more you go at me, the more we go, well, that was good intel. Or he wouldn't do that. We always get a reaction. The reaction tells us a lot of things about the intel, if it's good or bad. Right, Richard? You planning to frame me for a murder? Didn't you talk to my professor a long time ago, and you're like, well, they were trying to get Cynthia's hair color so they could have the girl that everybody saw there. I wasn't there. She was there. I guess she looks a little bit like me, but she's bigger. They said quite a bit bigger. She gestures different. She's obnoxious and belligerent, and I'm more quiet. So, I mean, you'll hear me scream on these at Mr. Perry. Well, when you don't eat for a couple of days because he's taking your money and you come home with $300 for the whole week, that'll make you angry. That'll make you scream a little. She's screaming at this guy, leave me alone. What's the difference? There's no difference. I have a stalker who's trying to ruin my life, who's trying to make me be trafficked, kidnapped, raped, and held hostage. Wouldn't you scream if it were you? Yeah, that tends to make people scream. Even if normally they're quiet, that's a very high... I mean, you're placing unbearable distress on me. So our shrink, if she wasn't... I mean, God, if she wasn't... I don't know. So she's like, your cousin, I hate to tell you this, but your cousin said that the worst mistake he made is letting you live with him and help you. Your own family says the worst mistake they made was helping the family. Right? Wow. And it was the third time he changed his testimony. She said, but the good news is it did not go over well with some people. And one lady said, my God in heaven, how callous and cruel and cold is her family to say something like that. Mr. Perry, I asked you not to contact me again, and here he goes right back at it. Okay, when we quote you tomorrow, it's because he can't control himself. The biology theory of criminology is low IQ and no impulse control. And that is you to a T. It's not like you're a family member with Alzheimer's and I need to be patient with you. You're a criminal and you're the offender, I'm the victim. I don't have to like you and I don't have to be nice to you. So the person said, my family would never have done that. Ever. I can't imagine why in the world would they do that to her. Just don't care. 4 years, never once called to check on her. Our family, even if they're getting threatened with the EPA and that caused them to do what they did, my family still would not have done that. My family would have worked together. They'd have called me. We got the EPA. He's look what he's doing to us. My family would have worked together to eliminate the threat. And I had my cousin told Charles early on, you need to stay away from us. She's not interested in you. Put on your big boy pants and move on. Quit stalking her. Leave her alone. Then, quit acting like a little girl about it. Move on. Go home to your family. What about your wife, the betrayal to Jacqueline and Jordan and Matthew? What about the betrayal to them? See, it's about what they need. It's about what I need, my privacy, and I have the right to my privacy. You don't have the right to invade it. I need my money and have the right to make money, and you don't have the right to take it. The laws that are in place to prohibit coercion, deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce, taking my car with intent to coerce, taking my driver's license with intent to coerce, interference with commerce with intent to coerce, that includes my school. Interference with contracts with intent to coerce, that includes any bill I can't pay because you interfered with commerce. That includes every day that my guys count up $1,000 where it should be $15 an hour with DoorDash, and it's about $8, and that's your fault, and you're going to pay. With criminal charges, you're going to pay. The intel is to get criminal charges. Every day I go, I mean, any stripper should be making about $800 a weekend, at least. In your bullshit bad economy, stick that up your ass. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes it. That's your problem. It's not a bad economy, is it? So you run off paying customers. Now The whole club's mad at you. Except, you know, I get you got some of them working for you. We know that. I've already told Mr. Miller and Mr. Wishcamper which ones are working for you that we know for sure. Okay, at my work. You live in Lubbock. You're a senator out of Lubbock. So go campaign. And go pass laws and go be with your family. And get the fuck out of my life. You're not wanted in it. I don't want you in it. I moved 2 times to get away from you and have no conflict. And no drama. And I don't know David, and I don't know Lucius, and all those people you hired. I don't fucking know these people. Calvin, how is it possible for you to get up every day and try to destroy a person you don't know who hasn't done a damn thing to you? I've not done a damn thing to you. I don't even know you. And yet you get up every day, and your mission in your life right now is destroying me. And I've not done anything to you at all. I don't even know you. But I'll tell you one thing. Every time you run around going, make sure she don't make no money, you're chalking up something for yourself that you're not going to want to have to deal with at any point. But you are later. You know, I have your name, and that didn't make you shit yourself. That's what these guys are like. These people are running down a rabbit hole. She's got their names, and they act like it's no big deal that she has their names. Mr. Perry, I will never help you. Mr. Warman, I'll swear to God, get your fucking client off my back. You don't have a choice, sir. Get your motherfucking client under control. He is to contact you when he has a question, not me. It is offensive and highly inappropriate, and it gets us intel that your client will not fuck the hell off me. I will never help him. When he's gone, I'll have my privacy back and my money. I have zero motive to help him. And I'm not told who the leaks are, and he continues to bother me with that all day, every day. Get your fucking client off my back. You don't have a choice. You fucking don't have a choice. Get the bitch off my back. I'm not going to help him. I'm sick of the contact. It's not wanted. I'm sick of it. That lady just told you, we need you to stop trying to talk to her. We need you to stop trying to talk to her. We need you to stop trying to talk to her. Please stop trying to talk to her. She's asked you not to contact her, so stop contacting her. I've asked you to stop contacting me. I moved 2 times for you to leave me the fuck alone. Any other victim know about a grand jury and, quote, people who testified? Any other victim know they're trafficked beforehand? And to who? Any other victim have your code words? Papa John's means make delivery of a trafficking victim to the buyer. Ratatouille is get somebody to take her to dinner to get her address. Rumpelstiltskin is, can you get her to say her real name? Hansel and Gretel is lure the victim to a place where you're going to hurt him. And hurt him bad. You're going to hurt him in a way they won't get over. Right, Lucius? What does it mean to you, Lucius, that I know who you're? I don't know who you are, but I have your name. I've not met you that I know of. What does it mean to you that I have that? Any of the victim have that? What fucking planet are you on? We get that kind of information. Name one of my guys, quote one meeting. Oh yeah, you can't. Nobody wants to help you. They're horrified by you. Horrified by you.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in.
Alright, so we got all this because every time you contact me, we get more. I mean, this person is like, please, you gotta leave her alone. You gotta stop trying to talk to her. You have to stop doing that. You need to go home to your family. I can't leave without her. Oh my God. Well, if you get anywhere near me, your balls are in your brains, just like that. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to wait to see if you got a chloroform. You mean you're trying to kidnap me? Charles, you've told everybody who'll listen you want to kidnap me. That's a pretty serious crime. So, as is human trafficking. So, TPD knows, if they listen to this, Mr. Kunzwiller, if you listen to this, if you're playing it in front of a grand jury, then they all heard it. If you get near me, I'm going to defend myself and kick your ass. There won't be a conversation. There'll be my foot up your butt. And it's your problem. It's your damn problem. You're not a family member that has Alzheimer's and that I would be more patient with. You're an offender and I'm the victim. And I don't give a fuck anything about you. I can't wait till you're gone. We all can't wait till you're gone. We're tired of the stress. We're tired of the strain. Everybody's sick and tired of feeling guilty and sad and scared and upset. And if you put a monitor on a person, like you would a lie detector test, and put human suffering in front of them, they're going to show some signs of anxiety. You're traumatizing everybody. You don't have that right. Okay, so the murder frame-up, we've talked about, forever. See? Who is this? She's getting it from somewhere. If it's not law enforcement, they can't prove who it would be. Name one of my guys, quote one meeting. Oh, yeah, you can't. But we have yours. Right? Little Red Riding Hood is use the family to coerce. Right? Don't you guys ask all the time, did Rapunzel let down her hair? No, I think she's choking him with it. That means, did you get the victim to be complicit? I mean, we got your code words. What is, and the guys like, they act like they don't, like she didn't have that. That's from their inner circle that she has that. They act like it's nothing. While they run around going, how'd she find out about that? How'd she know about that? And Calvin's running around, make sure she don't make no money. Why do you talk like that? Get the fucking hair out of your mouth and talk right. I've not done a damn thing to you, Calvin. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything at all about you except that you're bald and fat. That's all I know. I've never met you that I know of. So why are you trying to ruin me? I've not done anything to you. I don't even know you. I mean, people are like, who the fuck does that? We're getting the help, Calvin. You're not. I have your name. You don't have our guys, do you? So, I don't know who this was. Basically, the guy's giving an update. And, talking about how our guys won't talk to the locals. They're talking to locals, but not officially. You know why? Because if a victim of stalking files a police report, and that police report ends up in the hands of the offender, and then there's a false arrest and obstruction and hostage, illegal detention, fraud and perjury. Do you think they're going to trust you? No, they're really not. No smart cop would. Not after what you did. You'll give it right to the offender. And impede the investigation. Compromise the integrity. So, they're not going to talk to you on the record if they're talking to locals, you're not going to know which ones. And it's not going to be in a way you know anything about. They'll make sure you don't. So, if we get tipped off, though, are you controlling Oklahoma law enforcement? I don't think so. I think our guys are. I think they are. You know why? People don't like what you're doing. And they don't like you. And they want you to stop it. Sick of me being broke. Sick of Mike being in jail. Sick of you invading everybody's privacy. And you cause stress. You cause problems. You cause drama. You cause threats. You cause guilt. All the feelings we don't like feeling. You cause it. And everybody wants it stopped. Normal people don't have the time. Our minds don't go where yours go, and we just fucking don't have the time. We got a life. Why don't you? I mean, why don't you? This was quite the conversation. I guess her family, wouldn't have talked to... Why? That's the question that the lady said. Why is he in Oklahoma, and why is he talking to her family at all? And then why wasn't her family there for her? They were there for him, not her. Like, who the hell does that? What cold, callous people. But, like, it's terrible. My family would never have done that. So you got to remember, people are thinking about stuff like that when you're telling your bullshit in a courtroom. any deciding body would be sitting there going, gosh, what would my family do in the same situation? Well, not this. Not what her family did. Our family's not like that. We're there for each other. We might fight with each other, but anybody from the outside will kick their ass as a family. And her family, I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, she was like mad about it. So it was a woman. She said, my shrink said it was a woman. Okay, again, they don't tell me a lot of things. Look, what's that say? How much intel did we get after March 2020? Ask Beverly. We got Beverly's name after March 2020. We got Lucius, Geppetto, Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, all of after March 2020. So and Jay after March 2020. Your code words, March 2020. After that. So did it do you any good? Going down that rabbit hole you're going down? I mean, everybody's just sick of this. And I guess somebody looked at this picture and said, gosh, she was saying back in 2016, he's trying to arrange a false arrest. What's the date on that? Consueler. I always say his name wrong. I guess he didn't really like that. It says 1/4/2016. 1/4/2016. She's been telling people he's trying to false arrest me. Now we got a murder frame up. The woman that did the murder is quite a bit bigger than me and more obnoxious, they said. And yeah, my friend, she's used to much higher caliber people. And if she's dancing and door dashing, what'd he do to her? There's no way she'd do that unless he did something to her. And you know who wouldn't do something like that to her? Let her sleep in her car and crap? Saeed. And it's not about economy, by the way. You're full of crap. I don't believe you. I think that you're trying to make her broke. And I think that's why she didn't like you. She's sleeping in her car because she wants to not go with you. Sleeping in her car and not eating is better. And the person I know fought hard for her patients, and I did. And her kids, and I did. That is how I met Steve Massengill and Dan Pope, fighting for my children. Yes, they met me in a board meeting. The first time I saw those two, it was a school board meeting, and I was mad at what was going on with my children. And I was there to fight for them. And she said, so if she's sleeping in a car, she's fighting against you. She didn't want you. And if you're making her sleep in a car, that's why. She's not going to put up with your abuse. And Saeed created a job for her. It had nothing to do with it. It was medical, so the economy didn't affect it. And that's because he cared about her. There's no way he would have let her sleep in a car. Guess what? My family actually saw me with Saeed. I introduced him to them. And you can say no such thing. You are watching a TV show, pretending, and it's embarrassing. There's the same thing, Jodie Foster, Rebecca Schaefer, they're being watched on television. And the guy imagined that meant a relationship, and it didn't to her, and it doesn't to me. You're a voyeur, though. It's even worse. They consented to being watched. I have not. I'm in the privacy of my home. And you sitting there typing in my phone, I'm seeing you, I can watch you. Makes me want to throw up. And it's not a trophy, and you act like you think it is. We're just like, oh my God, what a whack job. Okay. I guess they've asked you several times, quit talking to her. Quit trying to talk to her. Stop trying to talk to her. We know that the Lucius, Calvin, David, and Charles are the four main antagonizers, and they antagonize that girl constantly, and the next thing we know, she's quoting everybody, and nobody can get anything done. I guess this is one of your people. So, I mean, we know Calvin does. Calvin never shuts up. Let's make sure she don't have no money. Get the hay out of your mouth, Calvin, and talk right. If that's you. So you've got a lot of people expressing frustration with being unable to reason with Mr. Perry. And this conversation with her, with this today, what is this? What does that say? Every witness we talked to said that the girl that did this was a lot bigger than Cindy and obnoxious, and Cindy's real quiet and small. So it's not the same person. I have not been to the crime scene at all. I think Richard tried to tell you that. I can't put her at the crime scene. I don't think she's ever even been. So how you frame her for a murder at a place where she's never been, David? We hear you constantly. Can't you get her on that murder? Can't you get her on something? Can't you get her on... Wow. Why would you want to do that, David, when you get told on every time you do? Yeah, you're not all there either, are you? The Senile Club, I'm done. Told on. Team Told on Senile Club, I'm done with that. They're headed down a rabbit hole and they have no idea. And I'm not going with them. That. Please stop contacting her. Please stop contacting her. Please stop contacting her. Would you please stop contacting her? Why don't you go home to your family and campaign and shit? And shouldn't you be busy in Lubbock doing things that you're passing laws and talking to constituents and campaigning and crap? Leave everybody here alone. Go home. Leave us alone. So yeah, I don't call my family. Why would I don't trust them. If you can't, and if you can't trust your family, you can't trust anybody. So I guess their little whatever you told them to say, Charles, on the stand, did not sound well with the listener, with the audience. And in fact, now they think my family's a bunch of horrible people with cold hearts. After Craig said, the biggest mistake I made was helping her. So who told him to say that? Because, other people are sitting there going, well, I have a family. What if that was me? What would I do? I'd be upset if my family just bailed on me. Like, who the hell does that? My family wouldn't do that. So why is her family doing that? 4 years, they never called her to check on her? Not one time? Didn't call her and go, you don't have the money to get out here for Christmas? We miss you. How about I cash up you $5? Will that help? Get your ass out here with your family. Just not, okay, whatever. The only other time I contacted them in the last 4 years is when you were telling everybody, I'm going to have a wedding with her family. And she's going to take pictures to cover up the forged marriage license I did 4 years ago. And I did the forged marriage license so I could get access to her financial matters illegally. You had to do more than a marriage license, like a power of attorney. And those are illegal documents. You forged them. I didn't sign them. I've not even seen them, but Lucky asked me about them. He asked me about the marriage license. I was like, why the hell would I do that? So now Perry has been trying to force some sort of wedding. Ew. I don't know how he thought he would get me to cooperate with that when I keep making it very clear, you get near me, I'll beat the hell out of you. I'm not going to wait to... there's no way. Absolutely not going to happen. Not ever. You're off your nut. Weirdo. You are weirdo. You're the weirdest of the weird. That you would even think of something like that. Most normal people's minds do not go there. To think up shit like that. To do to somebody. You wanted them to... golly. So, when that happened, I texted the same relative and said, I'm not going to Texas. I don't know what this is. But I keep hearing about it, and I'm not doing that. And then the response is, I wish we'd never helped her, our relative. We welcomed a hideous man into our lives, welcomed him into our home, and shoved her out. So like us, think we're great people. Yeah. You'll get a great applause. There'll be great applause for you for doing that to me. So you think I'm going to call them? I don't call them and bother them. And she flat said, you're calling. She's not calling them. You are. She doesn't bother those people. You do. I don't even call it those people, you know. But yeah, the grand jury, or I guess whoever heard that, was like, oh my god, that's cold. That's fucking mean. That's just fucking mean. So, that didn't set well. I don't think it did what you thought it was going to do. So that's happened over the weekend. If she doesn't show up to work, then we'll know you talked. What were you going to do? Yeah, well, I did get asked a lot of questions about where do you live and what are you driving? Which car outside is yours? None of your business. None of your business. I fucking barely know you. Send a bunch of guys in who don't spend money. Let me tell you something. I defended a coworker tonight that was not tipped on stage. She got mad at me. I was like, oh my god. So that is going to be also something that you're going to pay for, because that person is on the list of, this one works for him. And she has been for years. She has been for years. You thought we didn't know? Why would we know everything? Why would we know that? I mean, I was defending her. I wasn't on stage, she was. So for her to flip like that, that's your problem now. Okay? Don't send people in there to not pay. Don't send people in that club and not pay. It's not a free show. I know you guys are all like the canned food. Why don't you just stay the fuck away from the club? Okay? You're going to ruin somebody's business. Find somebody else's business to ruin. Not that one. Okay? Don't do that again. That's your problem, not mine. You caused that, didn't you? Did you? I mean, those people act like you. So they had to be your people. Yeah, you don't be disrespectful, and keep the canned food out, okay? That gets us a lot. All I'm saying is, there's something that you're doing that's causing this to happen. What is it? Huh? There's something that you're doing that causes this to happen. What is it? Something you're doing to cause it to happen. Then I'm quoting you. You're not quoting us. Don't get that mixed up. We got your people's names. You don't have ours. Don't get that mixed up. So, what is it that you're doing to cause that? I mean, there's your shovel dig. It's getting out of hand. And you've been asked repeatedly, please stop trying to talk to her. She doesn't want to hear it. She don't want to talk to you. And you're making matters a lot worse. And you are, because I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to talk to you. I want you to leave me alone. I want my privacy, and I have the right to my privacy. And you do not have a right to a lie. And you do not have the right to invade my privacy. Charles Perry, get out of my privacy. Right now. Get a fucking life, boring. I already know what I did all day. Go work. Go back to your family and leave us alone. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the hell the fuck alone. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off me. We don't need a conversation. I said I don't like you. Fuck off. That's it. That's all I need to say. One time ought to be enough. I don't know who your leaks are. Wouldn't help you if I did. Because I don't have my privacy and I don't have money. And when you're gone in jail, when they use all this kind of stuff to put you in jail, then I will. Okay, so this is dated 2022, and they're talking about the same chick. Quite a bit bigger. Her hair's different color. And you can have her change her hair color now. That doesn't mean... on the night of the murder, it was what it was. Her skin was darker than mine on the night of the murder. Even if I start tanning now. We've been talking about this fucking murder frame-up since 2022. Can't we get her on this? Can't we get her on that? All your meetings. Can't we get her? What? Get me for why? Why is it you want to get me, Charles? To force me to lie? I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to help you with your crime. My answer is no. Again, today. And the more you ignore when he says, stop invading her privacy, you sick little fuck. Stop contacting her and her family. Leave everybody alone. Just leave everybody and everything else. Leave them alone. Go work or something. Go home to your family and stop betraying them. And leave everybody the fuck alone. And get a fucking life, boring. Go work. And don't take her money. She's not to be broke. So, Mr. Quince-Wheeler, if you listen to this, let's document this for the record. 3 weeks ago, when I went back to the club against my will, since they've cut off everything else, any dum-dum can get a job at Walgreens, Target, and Quick Trip. There's people that you meet that are sharp there. There's people that you meet that you're like, I don't know how you even got out of bed today. I mean, they're not sharp. But for you, 5 courses away from a college degree. Okay? Now I'm going to have to go somewhere else, and it's going to take longer. I will not have University of Phoenix on my diploma. We don't, you don't tell people in crisis, fuck you. That's not what you do. Every other professor did something completely different. Those guys were all in law enforcement. Did you notice that? My guys pointed that out. My guys are like, do you notice the difference in every other professor is accommodating with your late assignments because of Charles? And those are all cops. The one that wasn't is a mental health professional in charge of crisis management, teaching you how to do that. And that's how she taught you. You tell the victim, fuck you. So, what's wrong with that picture? Also, that goes together with this recording we got about a delivery deadline. You're caught, and you act like you don't. Excuse me, my allergies, and I'm tired. You're caught, and you're so stupid, you act like you have no idea. Charles, you're caught. That's when you stop. That's why you're caught. Everybody's complaining because they don't like what you're doing to me. It makes everybody uncomfortable. People don't like feeling stressed out and guilty. And they do. And you're causing that. And everybody wants you stopped. We get the help, not you. We get the information. You don't get it. You're not naming our guys and quoting their meetings, are you? You don't have our code words. We have them too. Why wouldn't we? Because you're such nosy bodies. You know everything we talk about. Kinda. Except we can use code words, right? Okay. So, look at that. Murder frame up. Still talking about it. We heard every word of it. All day long. Who do you think you're fooling? Yeah, they're caught and they act like they don't know. So I'm not going down that, I'm not going down the senile dementia rabbit hole with them. Alright, so there's my disclaimer. Mr. Kunz-Wheeler. Using technology to stalk these two are videos from the National Stalking Resource Center. And the first one is about hacking the victim's phone. Technology is used a lot these days to hack, to stalk. And connecting the dots is what the police are supposed to do, not what TPD did. I filed a police report. They handed it right to Mr. Perry, who then, a week later, I don't get a call from TPD where they go, let's collect all your evidence. Where's the text? Where's the video from Lady Godiva's? And where's your blood test to rule out or confirm arsenic poisoning? We got to say one way or the other. Maybe it's not arsenic. Maybe it's some other poison that's making you sick. There's a little more to that. What happened is I'm Googling symptoms and it was arsenic came up. And months later, I was talking to a man who said that he worked in a medical lab. And I'm telling him a little bit about this, and he says, I said, they tell me, they had one guy, the guy's name was Bones, and he works at, he was a customer at Lady Godiva's, and he said he goes by the name Bones, and he said, if you drink arsenic voluntarily, it will build up an immunity in your system over time. And the lab guy's like, no, oh my God, no. Actually, it builds up in your liver and will kill you dead. So if they told you that, they're trying to get you to drink that stuff voluntarily, and it doesn't get any more murder in the first than that. They intended to kill you. They just wanted you to be coaxed into taking the stuff, the drinks that they were giving you that were laced voluntarily. Because they know, they thought, well, if we just tell her it's good for her, then she'll drink it on her own. Kind of like if we tell her that she'll die if she doesn't take our shot, then she'll take it. Right? Your hitman was recorded, Charles, in April 2020. You know why? Because what he told you to do, don't invade her privacy, don't contact her and her family, and she's not to be broke. Or I'm going to kick your criminal ass like it's never been kicked before. And he is. 2016, I told you, I know you got away with this all your life. And you've hurt a lot of people, not this time. This is different. And you, at that point, I already had McNamara email. I already had the Fabian puzzle. And you didn't get it. You didn't understand what I meant by that, I guess. Do you now? We quote you every day. This is... So, he tells me they were trying to kill you, or they wouldn't have told you that. That's murder in the first, if ever I've seen it. And you know who didn't get that information? TPD. Didn't get a blood draw. They gave the police report to the offender, and I guess that other quote that I just showed, the guy's like, that's a big no-no. You don't do that. There's some privacy laws and confidentiality laws that were broken when they did that. Mr. Perry then files a lie in his state. She's filed a false police report in retaliation for my job. Well, you can't say it's false if you obstructed the investigation and there's no blood draw. And if you weren't poisoning me, you would have made sure there was a blood draw. Y'all come up with some kind of, oh, she was drinking rat poison. Okay, that's your lie that you came up with. And why didn't, if you didn't poison me, you would have made sure I was tested. If you thought I was taking rat poison, you would have made sure I was tested so you could prove that. You obstructed testing. You made sure there was no test. Because you were poisoning me. Do you not see how other people think? When you contact me, Charles, we always get more intel because I don't want to hear it. I don't care what you think. And I'll never help you. See, if you were not poisoning me, you would have made sure I had a test. Or if you thought I drank rat poison, you'd made sure I have a test to prove it. You made sure there was no test. And I lost my evidence. Period. That's all. That's what you did. So tell the grand jury that. Don't conceal a material fact that could change the outcome. That you got a history of this stuff. Lying in court. Suborning perjury in court. Yeah. We got stacks of it. We're not factually ignorant. And really, TPD needs to, and Mr. Quintzwiller need to make sure they're not either. It's documented all here. What you did to me. Okay? There's a video here showing the documents. And here, there's a whole page on the trafficking. Your delusional erotomania problem. Chief Miller's murder that we believe you did, not Mike, because the evidence, I look at evidence. I don't listen to what people say. I'm going to look at the evidence. I don't want to see manufactured evidence, Richard. I want to see real life collected evidence. Okay? We know you're involved because you told David, I just can't just frame her on a murder. And David called you a coward, right? He sent a customer from my DoorDash whose name was Richard Coward. Did you think that was cute? When you're in jail, I want to see if you think it's cute then that you did that to him. We know he's helping you, but not like you want, right? You wouldn't have called him a coward. Why is he a coward for doing the right thing, David? Listen, if we're getting tipped off every time you try to do something illegal to me, and you're using cops, but we're getting tipped off, you're not in control of Oklahoma law enforcement. And the sooner you get that through your head, the better off you'll be. People are not going to follow you down the rabbit hole. They see that we're quoting you. You're not quoting us. Don't get that mixed up. You can't name my people. I'm naming yours. Don't get that mixed up. You look foolish. You just look foolish. So, okay. We got the disclaimer. And then on here is the, blow by blow. My family's... Oh, for God's sake. My family... You tried to get my family to badmouth me. And, that backfired on you. It made everybody go, gosh, her family's cold assholes. Well, I don't trust them, so I don't call them. You wanted them to try to talk me into being coerced, we understand. Well, I don't trust them because they talked to you. They shoved me out of their life. I haven't talked to them for 4 years. You think I'm going to listen to them now? Why would I fucking do that? You're betraying your family, too, by the way. You think Jackie and Jordan and Matthew are going to trust you after you... This is a video on Rebecca Schaefer. That's Nicole Brown's system. She was also stalked. She kept telling everybody he's going to kill me. That's a trafficking victim story. Can't you get her on that murder? Can't you get her car away from her? Can't you? Whatever duress you want to cause to traffic and coerce, right? Use my body against my will for a profit. And you want to use taxpayer-funded resources to do it. And we got this one. How many I told you so's did you want to give us, sir? We got a lot. We got a lot. So, what you've been asked to do is comply with the law. I have the right to my privacy. You don't have the right to invade it. And fuck off. Okay? Just fuck the hell off me. Mark, you gotta restrain your client. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice, Mark. Restrain your fucking client. Everybody's sick of this. That's why we get the help and you get told on. Is everybody sick of y'all? Charles, you were never invited to Oklahoma. Go home to your family. And stop pestering and bothering and pestering and bothering and bothering and pestering. Don't bother me. Don't fucking bother me anymore. And every day that my money isn't matching up to what it should be, they're gonna charge you with a coercion charge. They just are. So, we're all sick of this. Go get away from me.